Hi everyone, Jason Scott here. I just wanted to create a quick video to show everyone how to get started setting up a pet profile and so that you guys can get custom pet food for your dog or cat. The first thing that you need to do from anywhere within the PawTree website is this logo generally shows up if you guys clicked through one of our links on our site. It just lets you know who you're supporting, etc. Anyway, on the right side of the top bar, there's a place that says log in, and it's important that you must do this first. It won't allow you to do this without doing exactly this. Is go here and register a new account. This is free. You don't have to subscribe to any emails or anything like that, but you're going to need to do that. All right. Once you've done that, and you can get to this from any page again, you just click this login button. The next thing we're going to do is click Pet Profile. And then once that loads, we're going to go ahead and add a pet. So I'm going to add one of our dogs into here. Let's see. We have one dog that has, she has some weight problems. She's a little bit older. She's 3 or 4 years old. So I'm going to put her in here. And she has a hard time keeping weight off. So I'm going to put in here that she's 3 years old. Her name's Layla. I'm not sure what her birthday is. I should know what her birthday is, but I don't know. So go in, click the date. You know, she's obviously 3 years old. So I'd have to go all the way back here, somewhere in probably late 2015. Okay, she's a female. And she is not spayed. She is not a lactating mom. She is probably what you'd consider a large breed. She's on the smaller end. She's generally under 60 pounds. She should be close to 55. It's really where she should be. She has a really good energy level. She likes to play fetch and stuff, but if I'm not out playing outside with her, she doesn't really play with the other dogs, and I think that's part of what she's the kind of the dominant alpha dog when she's out there, and so she is a golden retriever. So and she's an English golden, not just a golden. So she's overweight. And I'd say she's overweight by about 10 pounds. She doesn't have any allergies, so if your dog has allergies, just go through here and pick. Now, obviously, even if your dog is allergic to some type of grain product or byproduct, it's not like you have to pick anything with grain in it. You can pick whatever you want. She's not a picky eater. And what do we currently feed her? She is on... You can see it in here. Oh, it's right there, from. And we get it from a local pet store. All right, other issues. She doesn't really have, she actually has a really nice coat. But if you have any other issues, like eating poop would be some of our other golden retrievers that came from other homes. They do have these problems. They didn't really, I don't know why it is. They basically grew up in the yard. They don't really have a lot of home life. And so they do have that problem a lot. Other than that, we don't really have a lot of problems in our area or with our dogs that apply to much of any of this. So then I'm going to click continue, but whatever you have, they'll recommend a product. So like, for instance, I can go ahead and click that just so you guys can see what comes up. And then let's say they have loose stool and maybe a dry coat, dry skin, or dull coat. All right, let's see what that does. So now I'm going to click continue. So then this is the name that is going to show up on your dog food bag, which is nice, especially when you have multiple dogs. It helps you to create, to have different bags and know how much each one is getting fed. so that they have their own diet. That's really nice. And what we do is they come to us in bags, but then we have little containers that we split them up into so that it's easy to feed from. Okay. And then if you have a picture, you can put it there. And then when we go to fetch results, it's going to give us their top recommendations. So what it says, what it recommends based on what I have added into there is to feed real turkey and garbanzo bean recipe. It only needs 1 bag, it's saying, and on an easy ship order only every 46 days. So this bag is going to take care of her for 46 days. All right. And that's the only thing it adds right off the bat. Now I'll go over this in another video, but if you add 3 things, non-kibble item or and this is the grain-free. Now you can edit this and I'll do that in a sec, but this is already grain-free and I like that for her. Some of our dogs do need grain. It's not because they have sweet potatoes, and some of this stuff changed the dogs that we use for breeding for service dogs. They can't have the sweet potatoes. It affects their breeding program, and so we have to pick different things. Anyway, if you pick 3 other products that is not kibble and it's not canned food, so these topping seasonings, or if your dog has gastro problems, so for like the dogs who eat poop and stuff, we would probably put some of the seasonings because it helps just their nutrition kind of come into balance. And then we do have some dogs that came who have pretty serious loose stools quite often. And part of that comes from the fact that we can't get them to stop eating poop. So we would put in this seasoning packet, and then gastro. I recommend everybody try salmon oil at least 1 time. It does amazing things for your dog's coat. But if you add 3 different things to your monthly order, your shipping on everything is always free. Remember, it has to be non-kibble. And that's it. So you can add the paw treats. All of our dogs like those paw treats, but we don't really do that. And what's nice is it breaks you down. It tells you how often it gets shipped and how much each one costs. And then you can get right here, if you think you need it more than 46 days, which is what it's recommending to us, you can choose your own auto ship frequency date in there. And what we've found is that when they make a suggestion, it is pretty much right on. But let's say you want to make sure not run out of it. You could go 40 to 45 days. That way you get it a couple days in advance if you do overuse it. I would maybe recommend that if this is your first time ordering from them, is to, pick a few days short of that. So every month and a half, basically, we're going to have this auto ship order. The next video I'm going to show you is just how to make sure that if you haven't picked these items, how to get an easy ship and also set up your paw box if that's something that you want to do. And so every 46 days, this is what it's giving me, and I get free shipping with all of this. So, all right, guys, thank you very much.